Hello, episode 103 coming at you live. It is April 13th. It is a Sunday. It is sunny. Just got back from some soccer. Have some more tonight. Coached 18-year-olds and then switched gears and coached 8-year-olds. And so that was kind of fun. Same sport, just looks very different. Anyway, I am delighted, elated, all the superlatives and more. I'm delighted to announce that the Western Michigan University Broncos have won the national championship for college hockey. They won their first ever national championship last night, 6-2. I was at a viewing party. It was absolutely fantastic. They beat a very good Boston University Terriers who were looking for their sixth one. You hear the Cinderella tale, storybook ending, all the superlatives and the trite aphorisms. But in this case, it really does feel like a Cinderella story. This was a team that was very good, very talented, well coached, but they had not won a game in the NCAA tournament. And so to reel off 4 straight wins against the best of the best, right? There's probably only 15 to 20 college hockey teams that have the rosters that can compete. And so you're vying against the very, very, very best. Boston University has many first-round draft picks, many players who will probably be excellent NHL players. Not to say that Western doesn't either. Western, very international, Finnish, Swedish, Canadians, just an incredible bunch. They never trailed against Boston University. They had the foot in the gas the entire time. We struck first. We struck again. We won 6-2. It was a phenomenal game. Just can't say enough about how much it means in terms of having Titletown come to you. You know, there's teams that I've loved and appreciated who have won titles, but they're not corollary. They're not like, it feels secondary, tertiary. This feels like, you know, backyard players that I watched. I went to 6 games this year. I really got to know the roster. Got to know the players' names and the stats, and just really thrilled that it came full circle. Either way, this was the best season they've ever had, either way. So winning the championships is just the cherry on top. They're due back in Michigan in a few minutes here, but with soccer, I'm not able to go to the airport and to kind of welcome them and the trophy. Huge boost to the program. It doesn't get bigger than this. Yes, college hockey is still not college basketball or college football, but it's really good to see the energy and the spirit in the community, and was able to go to a watch party. Posted a YouTube short. Check it out. A lot of energy. It was really fun. The family all enjoyed it. So number one thing today is we're number one. We're the best team in college hockey and could not be more proud of the group. I feel old. You know, being in my late 30s, these are young 20-year-olds doing this. Hockey is both a physical, it's an endurance sport, and they just separated themselves from the elite. They beat a really good BU team, and it wasn't that close. Okay, my number 2 thing. So talk a lot about nostalgia, talk a lot about feeling good, what brings you pleasure in life, just things that you can think back to and just put a smile on your face. I was reminded when I watched the Goofy movie of another comedy film, Cool Runnings. This one is pretty well known. This is one of Disney's best examples of the sort of Bad News Bears, the Big Green, right? You have a ragtag Jamaican bobsled team. There's no real, like, it doesn't make sense to have a bobsled team in Jamaica, but it's also based on a true story. This is from the 1988 Calgary Olympics. The movie is not 100% true to the content of the actual history, but essentially you have a Jamaican bobsled team that qualifies to represent Jamaica in the 88 Winter Olympics in Calgary. They're obviously a novice 4-man bobsled team. There's some sprinters. There's some, I guess mostly sprinters. There's some big guys who are strong due to the pushing. John Candy's, unfortunately, last film before he passed away far too young. It was originally going to be more of a sports drama, but they just kept hiring really funny people. I mean, Doug, he's fantastic playing Sanka. Sanka, you dead? Yeah, man. Hans Zimmer does the film score. It did gross $155 million, which at the time in the 90s, that was a lot of money. Nowadays, you got to make $1 billion to kind of be in the big leagues. But anyway, yeah, I mean, it follows our main man, Doris. He's a 100 meter dash runner. Very good, very talented. All set to qualify, but he goes around that last bend and he trips and falls. And he looks up with the dirt on his face, and he's just the longing. He's so close to the finish line. He does not qualify, obviously. The person that knocks him down, Yul Brenner, is another character that will join the bobsled team. They find a washed-up coach, John Candy, who was banned from the Olympics from cheating, or at least he was kicked out for a while for putting weight in the sled. Apparently, there are rules for bobsleds, but that infraction is not necessarily a real thing. Anyway, they get to Calgary. They don't have a good sled. They have a rundown bobsled, and it's one of those feel-good stories. Yes, it is kind of a fabrication in terms of the way that the movie plays out. They do not win. It's one of those nice movies where they don't podium finish. I don't even think they finished in the top 15, but they finished nonetheless. It's a feel-good story. It's a group of ragtag people who had really no right to be in the Olympics to begin with, but they qualified. They got in on the merits of their skills. Anyway, it's just one of those fun movies. It's a movie that I don't often think about, but when I do, I'll always, like, when the time hits, I will always watch it and I will get something new from it. It's really fun. 93 was Disney's, that was the renaissance for the animation, but also they made some really good live action films. They just knew how to tell us a good story. They kept it light. They kept it airy. They didn't bang you over the head with anything. There were some good jokes. There were jokes for kids. There were jokes for adults. They always cast really talented actors and actresses. This movie takes place in Kingston, Discovery Bay, and Calgary. So, you have the actual settings. You're actually seeing them. You have the montage where they get better, but you also see, how much work is involved to be a elite athlete for any sport. I don't care what it is. Yes, there's not a lot of bobsledders out there, but because of that, you have to be able to separate yourself from the rest. So you're a little faster, a little stronger, a little better at turning, a little better at braking. Anyway, Cool Runnings is just a fun movie. I can't recommend it enough. John Turteltaub directed it. Dougie Doug, John Candy, someone who just goes by the name Leon Robinson, looks like. I'm just kind of on Wikipedia scrolling around. You want to feel good, you want to just experience something for 93 minutes, it's a perfect escapism. So Cool Runnings is my number 2 thing. It's never a bad idea to watch it. It's always a good idea, actually. So anyway, let's talk about our third thing. This is kind of one of the ongoing irate Ian things, right? Something that annoys me. And we were eating hamburgers recently, and my son, once again, came up with this thing. He basically said, why is the bottom bun, it always disappears so much faster? You have the same size bun on your hamburger or whatever, cheeseburger, but in the course of eating it, you always bite off more in the bottom bun, and you always end up with that little sliver, and it's just frustrating. It's just annoying. And I always wondered to myself, how much is this is human error? Should we just make a bigger bottom bun, knowing that the way that the mechanics and the jaws and the mastication, the actual eating of the food, it always seems to be that you bite a little bit more in the bottom and it gets uneven and it gets kind of sloppy. And the nice thing about a nice cheeseburger is you want everything in every bite, right? You want the cheese and the bacon and the ketchup and the relish and the mustard and the onions, and you want bun. You want the top and the bottom. You need both of the buns to make it work. So what's going on here? Are people just really better at eating hamburgers than I am and my family? Are we just cursed? Are we just doing something wrong? Should our first couple bites be more top-oriented so that we don't leave such a differentiation, such a bifurcation on the bottom? I don't know. Help me out, guys. Is this a me problem? Have you experienced this problem? Does it bother you as much as it bothers me? Probably not. It might. I don't know. Anyway, just what's up with hamburger buns? Hot dog buns. Look at me starting hot dog buns. 1 out of every 3 buns, I take one bite and the bottom breaks out, and I just have the separate entities, and that's no good. It's got to be a good hamburger bun is that New England style where it's cut in the top and you have a little more construction, a little more solidity, and it holds up. And I want it grilled. I don't really, it's got to be a grilled bun for a hot dog. For a hamburger bun, I want something a little heartier, something a little thicker, something with some sesame seeds. I don't want like a ciabatta bun or anything, but I want something with substance. So anyway, that's just another thing that just drives me crazy. I guess in the grand scheme of things, it's a minor issue. Anyway, have not been able to watch Black Mirror. It's been on my list. with the hockey game last night. Wasn't able to dive in. Very excited about that. And yeah, that's what I got today. I got a lot. I did have a request for a poem. I will go back and I will redo my Endling poem, make it a little tighter. Looking back at it, it wasn't what I wanted to be. I often have dabbled with writing where I just have an afternoon free, and instead of just being a couch potato or something, I try to do something of substance. Doesn't go anywhere usually, but I'll do like a little short story. I wrote a series of some corgi short stories just for fun, just to kind of flex the brain cells a bit. I wrote a little short story about Alfonso Green, a little second grader who has dreams of becoming an NBA player. That was kind of fun. I might go back and take a look at that. I think the problem is I just create, and then I never go back to the refinement stage where the real work is, right? I mean, a rough draft is great, but to create something of substance, of meaning, you have to go in and you have to piece it apart and you have to be able to work it. You got to work it to the bone, right? So, like I said, I'm a big process guy. I love process. I love the way that things come together. It's very interesting to me. So I'm gonna let you go. I'm thirsty. I'm hungry. Go soccer. Got more games today. Great time to be alive. It's spring. Sun is shining. It finally feels like we have some warmth. I hope it lasts. I know my friends in New England got 6 inches of snow past couple of days. That stinks. Been there, done that. So won't get too much sympathy from me. But anyway, April 13th, episode 103. We're doing it. We're doing the thing. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.